Good morning, everybody. My name is Colleen Light. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you from Kalama, Washington. So we had a beautiful weekend, lots of sunshine in between some of the rain, but we're back to rain today. But the bright spot of my day is going to be showing you the Stampin' Up! Welcoming Garden Kit. If you have followed me for any length of time, you know I am an avid gardener. It's one of my favorite things to do is to garden. This is a gorgeous kit, and what I love to do is open up the kit with you and do everything start to finish. So thanks so much for joining me. So your kit comes in a box and it's all inclusive. This kit's at the $23 mark, I believe. It comes with an ink spot here. Let me grab my full-size ink pad, maybe. Let's see. Maybe we'll just use the ink spot today. Anyway, and then your exclusive stamp set and everything comes wrapped here in this box. And the envelopes in this are absolutely stunning. I saw a video and I just love them. So if you're watching, leave a comment. And just a quick reminder, if you are watching here on Facebook, just remember that Facebook is deleting videos after a certain period of time. I think it's 3 months, and I've already gotten some notifications that my videos are being deleted here. So I am over on YouTube also, same name, Colleen Light, Cards by Coco. So easy to find. And then you just take this out of the plastic, and I'll show you everything that comes in this kit. We'll put together a couple of cards. This is a great springtime set. So what I always like to point out first is that it comes with an instruction booklet. All your kits come with everything you need to create your kit and put your cards together. These are so much fun to do with friends if you're having coffee or just people over, or you just want an easy craft to travel with. So it'll show you the 3 cards we're making here and how to put card 1 together, card 2 together, and card 3 together. And they're just in pictures. So it's really easy to follow. It shows everything that comes in your kit, all the coordinating colors. And let me show you what else came in this kit. So we have our ink spot, which is crumb cake, our exclusive stamp set. We have some dimensionals here. You all know I love my tear and tape, so that's always so much fun for me. Oh, good morning, Joan. Thanks for popping in today. So my tear and tape, and it comes with the block. I'll probably use one of the blocks I have. I like to save these ones for when I'm doing classes, or if I have a new crafter, and then I can gift that to them. We have our cardstock here, and when I said gorgeous envelopes, I was not kidding. Look at these. I love how they have the little bit of floral accent down there in the lower left-hand corner. And then we start with our card bases, our card components. These are just gorgeous. Cardstock. Our sentiment pieces here, I'm going to set those up there. And when I say I can't find those, I'll remind me. I put them in that upper right-hand corner. We have die cuts here. And I actually have an arbor out front. And so, like I said, if you follow me, especially on Instagram, I post so many pictures of my garden. And it came with this cardboard insert. And then, of course, in the language that you want, we have what the stamps actually say. So I'm just going to cut this one out here with my paper trimmer so I have it readily available. And our sentiments are just a note. Thanks, thinking of you today. And again, this is the Welcoming Garden Card Kit. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And normally I save my ink spots just because I like to, share them with other people. But since I didn't grab the other crumb cake ink pad I have, let's go ahead. And I'm going to be honest, I haven't used an ink spot in a long time, so we'll see how this goes for me. Let's take that off there. I'm going to just tuck that in And there's our ink spot. And you know, you can use the refills on ink spots. So if that's all you have, that's just a-okay because you can use the refill. I'm going to go ahead and grab out my Stampin' Pierce mat, but if you don't have one, because it is a photopolymer stamp set, so a little cushion underneath is good. It gives a little bit of a better image. If you don't have one, grab a magazine, an old catalog, or use this cardboard insert. Okay, let's look at our instructions and see what we're going to do for card number 1 here. And grab out all the pieces. So for number 1, I know we need the ink spot. Let's get that. We need a sentiment piece, and it looks like we're going to be using one of the smaller ones. I'm going to grab that right here. We need that. We need one of these stamps here, the one with the lines, and we need the thanks. Let's grab that. I'm going to tuck that right there, and the thanks. And it looks like we need this panel here. Look at that fence. I'm hoping it shows up kind of on camera as pretty as it actually is. Look at how nice that sits. And it's going to tell us exactly how to fold this. So this one comes like this, and then this one is going to fold over here. And since I have a bone folder, I'm going to go ahead and use that. You can use the edge of your block though, if you want to. Give that a little crease. The edge of your block will just work just fine. And then it shows us the little die cuts we need and the stamping. So let's go ahead and grab out our die cuts here. Let me move these out of the way. It looks like we need one with the 2. That's kind of a backwards way of saying that. One with the 2. And then we need 2 individual flowers and a birdhouse. So let's see where the birdhouse is. Oh, and here's the birdhouse here, up here, right by our gate. So this is what we need here. Let's go ahead and do the stamping first, and then we will put this card together. So I'm going to use one of my little blocks here, and I have the ink spot. And like I said, I haven't used an ink spot in a while, so wish me luck. I like to use grid paper to help me get these stamps on there the right way. And I'm looking at the picture, and it looks like we need this here, and that the lighter part goes towards the top and the darker shadowy part goes towards the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and stamp with this here. I'm not going to pull it out. And let's go ahead and give this a try here with this ink spot. And since it's a spot, I'm going to put the ink on top here. Let me see how this is stamping. Sometimes they come with a little, I think I am going to wash it off. You know, a little film on it from manufacturing. So I always give it a test run first before I actually stamp on my piece of cardstock. There we go. Let's see if that stamps a little bit better. Press some ink into that stamp and see how it turns out. Yep, much better. Okay. Much, much better. Let's go ahead and give this a little stamp then. Stamping is my favorite. So there's some new things coming in Stampin' Up here in April where you earn your own rewards. And then there are, of course, the new catalog will be coming out in May, I believe. May or June? I'll have to double check. Don't quote me on that one. Okay, so there's that one is stamped. Let's set that off to the side. And then we need to stamp the fence post with this long. It looks like we're going to run it just across the fence there. Well, that's kind of fun. That'll give that some fun dimension. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to, again, grab a larger block and this. That'll be fun. So a little bit more stamping. Hang on a second. I am going to grab my big crumb cake. Just hold tight for a second. I'll be right back. And I'm only grabbing this because I'm doing a live video, and I know the ink spot's going to take a little bit longer. So let me just go ahead and grab this one. And then I'm going to open this up here like this. And it shows that we just run this across our fence post. How fun is that? So again, it comes with everything you need, but I do think it is just going to be quicker for me during a live video. And change these, like change the height, make it look a little bit more natural, instead of inking them all up with the ink spot. Oh, this is so much fun. And it says to do just the center one, so I'm not going to do the outer edge. Okay, I'm going to hold this up towards the top of the camera here so you can see how that turned out. And tell me if you can see the stamping on that. It really did add a lot of interest there. Okay, moving this out of the way. Moving this out of the way. And let's start putting our card together. So we have our thanks stamped. We have everything lined up that we need. Let me grab out the thanks. We have everything stamped. And then it says here that we are adding the birdhouse. And it even tells you where to put the dimensionals. So that's kind of fun. And it looks like a lot of these go on dimensionals. So here, let's just grab those out. Let's get our dimensionals out. Let's put our dimensionals here. These are the little ones. These are our little dimensionals, our minis, because they will fit perfectly in these flowers, the minis will. So if you don't have mini glue dimensionals, you should invest in some. They work great for the smaller die cuts. Pop this right there. We'll pop a little one right there. I am all thumbs today, can you tell? All thumbs. and they're sticking to me already. Oh, it's so much fun. Look, I'm wearing more. So this you can see here with this piece. So much fun. This will just pop that up and give it a little bit of depth and dimension. So much fun. And then it tells us exactly even where to put the flowers. If you don't like that little hint of dimensional behind there, you can certainly cut these in half if you want. It does not bother me. So you can see this just gives it a little bit of depth and dimension there, a little bit of a point of interest. And I knew I had to have this kit mostly because I love, love, love flowers. And then we're going to bring this, oh, you know, maybe there was a method to their madness as to why they only had those dimensionals placed there. So I think this looks like it's on 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to put my dimensionals right here. I'm going to put mine on the fence post, I think, instead. It'll be easier for me to make sure that I don't attach them someplace else. There we go. And then I think I'm just going to add another couple here. I'm going to change the way that they did it. And just add this here. I don't like a saggy, I guess is the right word, sentiment. So I'm overdoing the dimensionals. They always give extra in the kit, and I have a craft room full of dimensionals, so I'm good. So look at this beautiful card number 1. You would write your note down there, or you could open up your card and write your note on the back. I've also been known to do that. This is a gorgeous thank you card. Let me grab out the envelope. We'll fold this over and give it a little burnish. And look at that. Who wouldn't love to get this in the mail? So pretty, cheery, and springy. All right, card number 1, done. Let's go on to card number 2. And pull out the pieces. Again, we'll need that crumb cake ink pad. I'm gonna stick with the big one. Then we need to grab one of these, just a note. And let me see, we need one of these fern kind of viney pieces. And I love plants, love plants. So this kit really does speak to me. I think if you're not a plant lover, maybe you wouldn't love this one as much as I do, but I absolutely think it's fabulous. Okay, and then we need one of these card bases, cardstock pieces, and we need, we need some of these flowers. So we need 3, there's lots we're putting on here. 3, and then these ones here. Oh, this is gonna be really fun. And just a note, and again, we'll need this right here. Let me grab out the just a note. Move this one out of the way. And again, let's go ahead and start with our stamping. Just a note. Maybe turn it the right way. I have been known to stamp upside down. Have you all ever put your cards together the wrong way? That has happened to me where I have put my card front on the wrong way, so the card opens the wrong way. And I call those my blooper cards. And I don't ever throw them away because I kind of think it's fun to send my blooper cards to friends sometimes. They appreciate them. All right, let's grab this. And make sure again that this one is stamping well. Look, you guys, look at this. So cluttery. Oops, let's turn that light back on. So cluttery over here. I'm so sorry. What a mess I make. Let me clean this out of the way a little bit. My goodness. You never believe my house is as tidy as it is. But I do want to keep these instructions out here. All right, let's check just a note. All right, that one's stamping well. So let's go ahead. I'm going to keep this here. And everyone keep your fingers crossed. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but good. It's good. So we'll take this piece out now. And we have one more bit of stamping to do, a little bit more. So let's get that going. And it looks like for the, oops, I wanted to put that fern right in that ink pad. My goodness. It looks like for this, we are going to come right to the edge. Stamp on top, getting it as even as we can. I'm not too worried about it. It's a natural, set. It's gardening, and we're putting lots over it. So if it's not even Steven, don't panic. It's just a card. And let's go ahead now and start putting things together. Oh, I did forget to grab the card base. That's important. Let me grab that. And these card bases are absolutely beautiful. They look like they have little clouds floating. Looks like a little sky scene to me. So when I said one time I did put the card front on the wrong way, I put it on this way so the card opened up like that. And all I could do is laugh. I thought it was kind of funny. So let's go ahead and adhere this. And that's what the tear and tape is for. That comes in the kit. You put tear and tape on it. But since, again, I have a craft room full of supplies, I'm going to go ahead and just use my glue because I do like to hoard tear and tape for my 3D projects. And I get so much from the kits that I don't often have to buy it. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. But You would follow the directions and add your tear and tape just like instructed here in those three spots. Let's go ahead and pop this right there. That is centered just fine for me. We want to take this, tuck this behind, lining it up on the bottom. And then we're just going to bring these little plant fronds, strands, whatever, and we're going to just pull them through exactly how we want them to come through, like our vines, how you want them to show through. So pretty. You really get to use your creativity on this kit. I think all of your cards will be just a little bit different. I really want it to come through here, but I think it wants to go. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and use the tear and tape because it says to use dimensionals down here. All right, so let's use the dimensionals. And I'm going to go ahead and put this down first. It keeps slipping on me, so I'm going to go ahead and put the dimensionals down. This is what's fun about doing these with you live, is then we all get to learn together what'll work the best. And let's go ahead and line this up here at the bottom. And now that'll hold better in place, I hope. And then let's pick this up here. Oh yeah, much better, much better. And let's go ahead and pop this here, pull that through. That looks good like that. I kind of want this one to come through. I'm gonna work this one a little bit and see how it looks if I bring it through. Oh, I really like that. Looks nice and natural that way. And then we have this one here. Bring that one there. All right, you guys, I think that looks good. You'll have to let me know what you think. It is a cute kit, Joan. I really like it. I think it's just fun. And then this one here, it says that we are supposed to, let me see here. How does this adhere? Let's look at our instructions. So for this one, I know the flowers are going up on the dimensionals. Some of those we're going to cut in half. You know, not really. Oh, tear and tape. I'm going to put tear and tape down there. And I think I will use the tear and tape for that. I think that'll hold really well. Let's go ahead and do that. Grab a strip of tear and tape. And then for the top part, it looks like they're using some dimensionals right here in various places. And I'm not using the dimensionals. It does call for the dimensionals down here at the bottom, but since I already have that bottom part popped up, I don't want it like double popped up. So I'm going to put some dimensionals up here at the top and just kind of try and hide them where you're not going to see them as much. Like there's little spots right there. You can see there's little circles here. So this is the perfect place for your dimensionals. And you can tuck them in here right along this centerpiece is good. And that's also a good way to adhere those plants, the leaves of your plants. All right, that looks good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and take those off the backings. And of course, you know, as you make your cards, you'll play with them a little bit and figure out what works well for you. And let's go ahead and pop this one. Comes just a little bit below that white cardstock background. So let's center that. Oh, that looks so pretty. And let's add in these. And I am going to cut some of those when I was talking about cutting some of these so they fit better on the smaller ones. Let's go ahead and give them a snip. I think that would work better. So let me grab my paper snips here. And I'm just going to go down a row and cut these dimensionals in half. You could go along the edge and just snip them, just so that they're not as big on the back of some of these. And then you can see they fit a little bit better there. Okay, let's grab another little one here. And then this will be card number 2. And it shows in the instructions how to snip them also. It shows how to cut them in half for some of them. So I find that the instructions for these are very complete, which I really like, especially if you're a new crafter. I think the instructions are really nice to have. And I might make some alternatives here. I think, you guys, I think I'm getting more of these dimensionals stuck to me than I actually am on these flowers. And I am not kidding. I think I will be finding these all day on the bottom of my socks and on the tips of my fingers. I tell you. All right, let's see where we're supposed to put these. And this will also help keep things adhered. You know, these dimensionals will help really secure our plants. And I'm following the directions just for the purpose of the live. I might change things up a little bit. See, and that'll just secure that a little bit more. Let's go ahead and grab this one here. And I'm glad I put a little bit of a larger dimensional on this because I really want to tuck that in. It's a little loose. Okay. Let's go ahead and put this one here. And I'm just following the outlines from the artist who designed this kit originally for right now. And let's pop this one right here. So the lights are flickering a little bit. I don't know if you can tell. I'm hoping we get through this video. And look at this. How beautiful is this card? Again, let's put it with this envelope. And you can see how well it comes together. And then we'll work on card number 3. How pretty is this, though? I absolutely love it. Let's do card number 3, gather all of our supplies. This one is also quite stunning. This has the hydrangeas in it, all the flowers. Let's grab this out. So pretty. We'll need another card base here. Let's grab this. So if you're watching, tell me which so far is your favorite card and what your favorite flower is. You know, I'm kind of I think I left one of those off. I'm kind of a zinnia person and I love roses. Well, actually, I can't even pick a favorite flower. I love all the flowers, to be honest. Love them all. So to pick a favorite one would be impossible for me. We need some fence posts here. Let's grab those. And these already look like they have some stamping on them. I don't know if you can tell. Those look like they have some stamping on it. We need the hello, so let's gather out that. We also need these 3 little pieces here for the hydrangea. Let's grab that. It looks like we need this yellow flower and this right here. Okay, perfect and beautiful. Now, there's one other piece that I need. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. It's the fencing. So we have 3 pieces here for our fence. And, okay, let's grab the fence stamp then. And this does fit on the block that comes in the kit. When you're pulling these off, pull them off gently so as you don't tear or make anything misshapen. So we need that here for our fencing. Let's go ahead and grab a block for this. I have stamps and blocks and everything. Well, you can see, if you're looking down here, you can see everything at this mess I have created in a very short period of time. But for me, that is the fun of stamping. I get to come in my craft room and make a mess and just relax and have a good time and share some of my projects with you. Okay, so here we go. this is our stamping here. So I'm going to leave these here. This is the gate, and then we have our other piece here and another piece here. You know, I might have to take these out. Let me see. Looks like these ones hinge together. I'm gonna take these out. Looks like these ones hinge together, and then this is a separate piece. All right, so let's go ahead and stamp away. Let me test this one out real quick. And you don't have to press real hard on your stamps. Just tap, tap, tap. You don't have to press deep, you know, into the ink. Just tap, tap, tap. It's fine. Oh, that's a nice image. Let's try that one more time. Perfect. Okay. So for this one, we're going to want to line this up. I'm going to go ahead and come all the way over with the fence post. Sorry if my hair's in your way. You know what? Let's see here. Okay, everyone keep your fingers crossed. You know, I might have an easier time. I'm going to turn it upside down so I can see where the posts are. I'm going to try this a different way. That's easier for me. All right, I think I've lined up where the posts are now. Keep your fingers crossed. There we go. Very nice. So that would be my hint to you, is to go ahead and turn this upside down, because I think it's easier to see what you're doing then, to line these up on the fence post at the top instead of trying to go the other direction. There we go. Oh, perfect. And let's put these right here. Perfect. Oh, not perfect. Well, not so perfect. Let's do that one again. That one's not perfect. That one's not even close. Let me grab an extra one. Let's just change that one out. That did not work out the way I wanted it to. Okay. Maybe I'll start with that one. See if this one works out any better. Okay, let me hold this in place. It's amazing how I sometimes can complicate the easiest things. Let's go ahead and pop this down here. Keeping it nice and even. Everyone keep your fingers crossed. I'm gonna live with it. I think it's gonna be fine. There we go. I think it'll be fine. Kind of looks like fences I have in my yard. It's fine. Apparently I need some work in fence building. All right, let's go ahead and grab this piece here. Let me take it off of there. Let's grab, what other piece do I need here? Looks like I need something else. Let me see. Nope, this is it. So it calls for the tear and tape down here at the bottom. So I am going to go ahead and use that for this one. So next time I do the fence, I will go ahead and just be standing right over the top of it. Let's open this up here. But you'll get the general idea here. And let's bring this down to the bottom and line it up with the bottom of our cardstock here. Perfect. Okay, now for the fence. See, this is the hinge. How cute is that? Let's go ahead and pop this down here, and we're gonna line it up. It shows right here, there's a change in the color you can see to allow for the fencing. So that goes right here, and they have, let me see, what's on the bottom of the fence. Is it dimensionals or is it glue? Let's see here. It is tear and tape. So tear and tape, I'm just gonna use my glue here. And we'll put this piece right here, lining it up. Pretty. See, you can see the hinge right there. And then this one will go right here. And this looks like a completely wonky fence like I have in my yard. So anyone who sees this will think, oh, maybe it did come from Colleen's house. And then thinking of you today, oh, I forgot to stamp that. Maybe we should do that. see if we can stamp that one straight. Thinking of you today. We'll use that same block. So it's always so much fun when I do these card kits once a month. I absolutely love to share how much fun it is and just to create an easy project with you and something you can share with your friends, because I know a lot of us love to stamp, but some of our friends have never stamped or done anything real crafty, and I think it's just so much fun to share that with people. Oh my goodness, I couldn't stamp straight, I think, if my life depended on it today. But anyway, you'll get the idea of how this card's supposed to come together. Let's put the thinking of you today right here. It goes in the center, just like this. And this has, let me see, this has dimensionals on the back of it. So let's go ahead and put the dimensionals on there. So when you're creating, do you sometimes crack yourselves up like just like, oh my gosh, that was supposed to be straight and it's not. So again, it kind of just goes in my blooper cards, you know. Everyone kind of has their own personal blooper reel sometimes, right? So thinking of you today. Not everything is perfect all the time. And then we're going to put the hello here, which they're calling to put up on dimensionals, but I mail so many of my cards that honestly I'm just going to put a little glue back there because this card has way more than enough height for me. So there we go. And then we're going to add the fence posts go here to cover that up. And again, the fence posts are supposed to go up on dimensionals, so let's go ahead and do that. So I kind of think that card kits are so much fun, but I would love to hear what you think more and what you think about this particular card kit. If you like it, if you're not a gardening person, and then let me know if any of you are doing any ordering out of the new catalog, what you're getting. I'm still kind of trying to decide what I'm going to get. I love everything in the new catalog. So if you're a demonstrator, you get to pre-order some things. Everyone else, you need to wait a little bit, but you'll see everything. We'll all be showing you everything. But if you're, you know, I always think, you know, like, what is everybody loving? What does everybody want? So much fun. And then this will go here, and then let's just go ahead and add these other ones here. I think I'm going to use a half a dimensional on this one. And then I'm going to pop open clean up my mess a little bit so you can see. That just adds a little height there. It's so pretty. All of these 3 cards, how easily they came together and how pretty they look. And I can't actually wait to mail these ones off. I just think they're gorgeous. So that's the other thing I always say. People always say, oh, they have so many cards. And I don't. I really like to mail my cards off. I like to send them out. Okay, let's go ahead here. I can't even get the dimensionals on straight today, guys. Oh, this is so funny. And let's just pop these on wherever you like. Give it a little bit of height. And let's pop these on. Okay. And this is my wonky, crooked fence. This would be, I'd be telling my husband, it'd be like, Kevin, you need to go out and fix that. Because it is not looking so good. And then we would add an envelope. But anyway, these are the envelopes that come in the kit. Let me clean some of this mess up here real quick, so you have a better look here. So this was card number 3, which clearly I need some work with. Then card number 2 and card number 1. Let me know which one was your favorite. Thank you so much for joining me this Monday. I'll be live next Monday at 10 a.m. And I appreciate your patience as I struggle through this card. Take care. See you next week.